I've noticed that over the past year, Mayar Fund data has started showing up on many websites such as Morningstar, Bloomberg, and the Financial Times. In addition to performance, these websites show other information such as peer information and risk statistics. How much attention should we pay to these details in evaluating Mayar Fund or any other fund that we may be interested in? I'm not a huge fan of risk statistics, mainly because I think they get abused and not all risks can be quantified. That being said, they do serve a useful purpose in some cases, and they may help explain things when comparing maybe one fund to another, one strategy to another. The problem with a lot of these websites is a lot of these statistics are being computed against either benchmarks or, in many cases, peer groups. And you have to be very careful about the peer group sample that these websites are using because they may not always be represented. For example, the FT shows Mayar Fund as the 4th or 5th best performing fund in its global peers. Maybe we're 7th. I think we are probably top decile. I don't think we're 4th or 5th. But I think it's just the peer sample that they're using may not be big enough or representative enough of our peers. So just keep that in mind. And in many cases, I've seen some of them, the peer is just not the right label, which is very tricky because there are a lot of funds, us among them, where labeling things can get tricky, and they need to label things in these websites to be able to throw them into buckets and databases. But we're happy that our performance is out there and being published on these websites. It's definitely good for marketing. But just look at these websites with a grain of salt. They're useful, but remember that.
How do those websites? Is it the publication's prerogative to display certain funds? Like what's the interaction between the fund administrator and the publication?
There are many ways where the data gets on these websites. There's self-reporting data. Actually, the bulk of it is self-reporting at the core. And there are many data distributors where our fund administrator would be reporting the data to them, and then they go ahead and they may feed different websites, and then some of these websites will go and capture the data from these databases. Some of them will get the data directly. Morningstar, I know, gets the data directly from us. I know Bloomberg gets the data directly from us. I actually think the FT get their data from Morningstar, but somehow has slightly different data. I don't know why that's the case. But yeah, there are many paths where they end up there, especially on the ones that are open to the public.
There are no transaction flows from funds to publications or vice versa?
No. Are you asking if we pay them?
Yeah, or
no.
Yeah, or there's...
No, we're too cheap for that.